falls. Come in.
Herr Knight, there are some people here to see you.
Me?
Yeah, if you please come.
At night. Ew.
What's going on? You've been acting strange all day.
Please, just come. And don't forget your talisman. You must wear it always.
Because reasons.
Damn thing's heavy.
Night with a K.
Well, hello there. Shouldn't those be torches?
Abend, Herr Knight. I am Werner Huber. Forgive our coming here so late, but we must speak with you.
What can I do for you?
Oh, this is my cousin, Sir Huber Sepp. He has a farm just outside of
Sir
Munich.
Huber Sepp.
I will tell you the truth, Herr Knight. We have come for the Schattenjäger.
I see. What makes you think you need a Schottenjäger?
It is because of Sepp here. 2
He's
nights
a
ago,
werewolf.
his wife goes to the window of the house to call in their daughter, Tony. It is getting dark.
Tony.
The light outside is not so good, yeah? She sees Tony some meters away, playing in the grass. And she sees a wolf. It is huge. And it is moving towards the child. Mutter screams to the child, warning. And that is when the beast strikes.
Oh.
Tony!
Oh, no, langsam. They say she died quickly. Sepp here hears his wife screaming, comes running from the barn. He sees the wolf, goes inside the house to get a gun. But when he comes out, no wolf.
A wolf.
And it
This is good.
has taken part of the child with it.
Oh.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it is very bad, Herr Knight. That is why we come to you.
Haven't the police been notified?
Oh, yeah, natürlich. The police, they think it is wolves escaped from a zoo. They search and search, but they find nothing. This is not the first such killing. And if it is not stopped, it will not be the last.
It's so
I'm not
cute.
really sure what you want me to do.
The killer is not wolf. It is werewolf. You must hunt it down and kill it.
Werewolf? What makes you think it's a werewolf?
The wolf looked at me. Its eyes were human. It knew what it was doing. It knew.
I'm really very sorry about your daughter, Herr Huber.
I have told them that
Hey,
you are the
Huber.
new Schattenjäger.
You wear the talisman. Are you the Schattenjäger now? Or are you not?
I'm the guy with the hair.
I am?
We do not know you, Herr Knight.
It
We have
knew.
known the Schattenjägers for many centuries. It is to them we turn in trouble like this.
Yes, of
Sepp
course.
here is family. Will you come? Just look around, see what you can see. Huh? Sepp and his wife go north to be with her mother. You can stay on his farm.
All right. I'll look into it for you. See what I can see.
I'll pack your things.
Great.
And
Thanks. I'll meet you in the village in an hour.
Oh, thank you, Herr Knight. Thank you.
They did look like they should bring torches. It's a heavy amulet. I don't want to wear it. I'm a Schattenjäger though. Oh, hilarious. This is more fun if you know German. I think. It gets an extra level of ridiculousness. But it's very cute. It's nicely done though, considering. Right, and that is the very slow and long introduction to tell us, okay, we're supposed to find the werewolf that killed the farmer's wife, daughter, sorry, Tony. Yeah, it knew what it did. It was human. Well, let's find out. This is us. We can move around like this. And then you can see the character moves. You know, they captured his movements, but not with mocap like today, but with full cap. Yeah, it does stay on this level of expressions. I mean, back in the 90s, not many Germans did actually speak English, unless they were young. And even those were rare. And it's hard to speak without the accent. You gotta train. I do remember that my first streams, for at least a year, had much more accent in them. Not as much as the people in this movie here, but a lot more. So.
China. Our homie.
Homie. China. This. Right. And hair dude. Hair knight has a knife. Because he's a Schattenjäger. Yeah, it was mandatory to learn it in school, but it's a different thing to speak it as an adult. Because everyday life did not require English at all. His hair is naturally like this. It's a magic thing.
China. Our homie.
Yeah. And cheeses.
I take it the Huber's a Catholic.
How he talks. And let's see, what else?
I don't need anything else right now.
Okay. So we've got a menu button where we can save and also reduce the music volume a bit. We can increase or reduce the detail. And save. Hair Knight. In the Huber Farm interior. We've got an inventory which has a lot of things in it. And we've got the investigation thing. Right? And we can watch movies again and listen to tapes that we find. Tapes! You know, back in the day when magnetic storage was still popular.
I don't think the Hubers want me in their private bedrooms.
Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt them. They're not here anyway. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Ubergraus leather. Overgrey. Who's Overgrey? Wait, how do I check it out? I could look at those, I know that. Ritter Dagger. Hold it. How did that work again? Ah, right. Okay. Gabriel Knight, writer, researcher, St. George's rare books in New Orleans. That's why he talks a bit funny. Schloss Ritter am Ritterweg in Rittersberg. It's like Schloss Knight, Knight's, Knight's Lane, maybe, in Knightsburg. It's very creative to use just the one word they could find. Okay, we can so that's his card. We can also see the knife. I think it says bro here. Pro Patria, I think. It's the family motto. Die Wardens. What's this? Memos.
My notebook.
His notebook. Let's see what he says about the knife if we point him at it.
A Schottenjäger knife.
A Schottenjäger knife. And repeat after me. This is a Schottenjäger knife.
A Schottenjäger knife.
Right. What else do we have? A Grace to Gabriel letter. Gabriel Knight, and so on. Gabriel, I've just notified the Catholic Church about a miracle. Things have actually been. What? About a miracle, and there's a dash. Things have actually been picking up among the shop.
Gabriel, I've just notified the Catholic Church about a miracle. Things have actually been picking up around the shop. We've been going through stock like a real store. I keep expecting the candid camera guys to pop out at any moment and say, just kidding. In other acts of universal randomness, the Voodoo Murders is up to number 20 on the New York Times bestseller list. Yes, the taste of the American public can be a terrifying thing. In any case, your U.S. bank account is blossoming, not unlike the desert after a fluke storm.
What?
If you don't mind, I'd like to use a little of the money to fix up the shop. Your gran is fine, but misses you. Mosley has been hanging around, making himself a real pain in the butt. Fortunately, I need only bring up the bald detective Mostly in your book, all 240 pounds of him, and your pal turns red and is out the door in about 5 seconds. Things are organized here, just waiting for your decision. I think you can find a buyer if you want to go that route. I know you hate to write, but I need to get a feeling for what your plans are so I can make some of my own. I haven't seen or heard of anything here that seems relevant to this Schottenjäger business. Take care. Grace.
Yeah, I forgot. They read the whole letter to you, which is quite amazing.
It's from the Ritter family lawyers.
Übergrauhöfen und schnell. The names are really nicely picked from Munich. In February 1995, dear Mr. Knight, the title for the Schloss Ritter and Lands has been officially registered with the German Landsratsamt under your name. Thanks to the funds you provide, the estate is now current. The inheritance tax, back property taxes and transfer fees have been paid. Thank you for the additional retainer you sent us and for your confidence in keeping Übergrauhöfen und Schnell your family firm. Please feel free to contact me with any problems or questions you might have. If you visit Munich, please come by and introduce yourself. Your servant, Herr Harald Übergrau. Overgrey. Sorry, I'm having a field day with this. It's a good amount of fun.
My wallet. It actually has money in it these days.
My wallet, my knife, my letters, my stuff. Okay, we've got our journal. We've got the tape recorder to listen to tapes that we find.
My new tape recorder. A dual mount.
A dual mount. Right. A sweet ride, so to speak. And then there's this heavy amulet that we don't want to wear.
The family talisman. Wolfgang gave up his life to get this back.
Right. Lion versus dragon?
The family talisman.
Okay. So that's what we got in our inventory. A barely started manuscript. Oh, do we want to see what he wrote? Untitled Blake Backlash manuscript. Nearly a year after his last big case, Blake Backlash finds himself stuck in a dilapidated castle. He's writing about himself. He's supposed to be some kind of hero, having inherited late Uncle Damien's role of guardian of truth and light, along with his wreck of a fortress. What Uncle Damien didn't explain was what he was supposed to do next. So far, the most exciting outcome of his new title. If you play the first game, it makes more sense in connection, but I think it does stand on its own. It's alright. It's like dropping into some weird fantasy movie. So far, the most exciting outcome of this new title has involved building plaster and a lot of hammering. It's enough to drive a scion to seek out the highest ramparts and throw himself over. Still, he reasoned that things could be worse if it weren't for the large amounts of cash he'd smuggled out of the voodoo. What? Owned for? Before it went up into flames, there'd be no renovations and he'd still be freezing his balls off in this Bavarian refrigerator called Fortress. Fortunately, Blake is spared the ordeal of further self-reflection when a mysterious package arrives in the mail, postmark India. Curious. He rips open the thick twine binding and out falls. And that's when he slapped his own head because he couldn't come up with an idea. It usually doesn't help if you slap your own head. Okay, this clock ticking is you know. What's this? Decor is
Better let Gracie know I'm on a new case.
Oh, we're writing letter to Grace, okay. Grace is taking care of our bookshop back at home. I should post it today. That was quick. Hi Grace, new case, bye, see ya. Schattenjäger. Alright, so what's this here? Watch out, the lamb. His hair! His hair is amazing! Okay. Die Freistaat Bayern Zeitung. Killerwölfe aus dem Zoo, immer noch auf freiem Fuß. Killer wolves from the zoo still at large. He's called Leber. Which translates to liver. I mean, they didn't translate this, huh?
I can't read much of it, but they give the name of the zoo. It's in Thalkirken. The name of the detective on the case is Liebe, from the police station near Prinz-Regentenplatz.
Prinz-Regentenplatz. So he gets an address, and the name of the investigating officer, and where the zoo is that the supposed killer wolves have escaped from. Until now, it seems that the wolves are sticking to the countryside and are not near the city. They haven't settled down yet. There was more than one attack, and the attacks were very far away from one another. It has been suggested that the police is handling this in a not so competent way, and the zoo is not commenting. More on page 5. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's see if we can get out this room to escape the manic ticking. Here's a mirror. Ah. You could have commented on it. What was it? The keys.
Nice of the Ubers to loan me their car.
Ah. It's a rabbit's foot. With car keys. Herr Knight, the keys for the car are by the door. It is better not to drive inside Munich. Drive road to the Lockham, what?
Herr Knight, the keys for the car are by the door. It is better not to drive inside Munich. Drive road 96 to Lockham.
96.
Park the car and take the U-Bahn from there. Thank you for helping us. Frau Uber.
Frau Uber. So if I take the Uber's car, am I a Uber driver?
Who should I call?
Who should I call? That's a phone. I didn't see that. Okay, we can leave. So, and that's how the game works, right? Apart from that, it's a standard point-and-click adventure with a pretty cool fantasy story, actually. But they put all those motion capture things on still backgrounds, and it's I'm not sure if it makes it better if you're from Germany, but you have some sort of connection to some of the things that appear in the game, and oh man, that's cute.
I was hoping for a Mercedes, but this'll have to do.
It's not a Mercedes though.
I suppose that's for tending those window boxes.
He's mumbling. That New Orleans accent is hard to understand. The mirrors do work, correct. There's a lot of stuff that is quite impressive, actually. What's in here?
I could be wrong, but I think this bag contains cement.
You are
Now.
correct.
Well, that's useful.
Cement.
A metal pail.
Pail is a bucket. Okay. Well, let's drive the car.
I was hoping for a Mercedes, but this'll have to do.
We can have a look around. Oh, the forest.
These woods go back a ways. Plenty of space to hide. These woods go back a ways. Plenty of space to hide.
True. I found something. Plant matter. Oh, what's that? Brr. That's a bit of fur. Farm hair.
Just looks like reddish hair to me. I'm gonna need help analyzing it.
It's farm hair from the heir to the farm, who's called Tony. Oh god. Alright, so hair that we can investigate. What's this?
It's a water trough. Ground's a bit muddy over here.
The ground is muddy. Uh-oh, that's a paw print, alright. Yeah, that's a paw print. Not his hand, though.
Jesus. It's as big as my hand.
Yeah. So the wolf must be 4 times your size, at least. Oh, the cement. Can we get a mold from that? No, do you call that a mold? Like a print in cement? Like an impression in the ground that we put cement into to get a... I think a mold is when you cast something, right? It's the other way around. Am I close?
A metal pail.
Nothing of interest in there.
Take it, take it. Stir. Stir. Don't let too much air in it. Yeah, a mold is what you make for casting bronze bars or something. Yeah. Okay. So I've got the cement in hand. And we're gonna pour it in here. Cool. I only played the first game when it came out, but I think I'll replay it and then play this one.
It'll take a minute to set.
It'll take a minute to set. It'll take a minute while we carry back the stuff. Clean it. Rest goes in there. He's thorough. Thank you.
Nothing of interest in there.
No, it's just the old cement. Let's see if it hardened already. Obviously not. Oh, there's a score counter in the top. I didn't see that. 21 out of 679. Oh, it hardened. That was quick. Quick dry cement. I could clean that probably.
It's huge. I wish I knew if it were normal or not.
We could ask someone. A werewolf specialist. Okay, let's use this on the car and drive. Suddenly, driving simulator. Or not. I mean, the second Tex Murphy game has you drive a hover car, and that's even older than this. Right, the U6 we're supposed to take. I think this is where the zoo is. This is where the police are. I think. Main station. So we go here first. Yeah. Oh, I drove back to the farm, did I? I misread the things then. Where's the
My notebook. My notebook.
Your empty notebook. I'm gonna go back and look at the letter again. I thought they told me to check out the thing. So this is where I get out to get here. I misunderstood.
I was hoping for a Mercedes.
So, the... Oh, we didn't take the paper. Whoops. No, he leaves it behind. Okay, so... Can he commit things to memory then? Apparently he can. Right. Let's check the information here again. Okay, the police are at Prinzregentenplatz. And the zoo is in Thalkirchen. Okay. Alright. What was that game I last checked out where it said in the description, in the beginning of the game, be sure to take notes and write down things and pay attention to what people say. I think it was the first...
I was hoping for...
The first Tex Murphy. That was expecting you to take notes. Okay. So that's where we are currently. Hoover Farm. Okay, yeah. It tells you when you point at it. It tells you what it leads to. Police station, zoo. We can ask in the zoo if that's a real wolf's paw or not. Let's do that first. I understand parts of it. Cool. Kennels. It looks a bit like he's up to no good. But maybe he gets killed by a wolf. Feeding time. Oh, that's a mangy doggy. Right, this says administration.
I'm not sure what it says, but it's not the exit. Exit is Ozgang. It's one of the few words I do know.
He's allowed to pronounce it like that. It's alright. The European wolf. Canis lupus lupus. The language of the wolves. And then they tell you what happens if the tail is between the legs. Or not.
Canis lupus lupus. European wolf. Canis lupus.
Okay, he does not elaborate. There they are. Look at them.
Yeah, Wolf. Come on, boy.
He speaks wolf. I didn't know.
Come on. Come on, Wolfie, Wolfie. Come on. Come on. Get the heck over here, will ya?
Let's do it again.
Yeah, Wolf. Come on, Wolf. Come on. Come on. It's like that, is it?
Okay, it's amazing that on the second time around he does it similarly but not identical.
If I could get some wolf hair, I could compare it with the hair from the farm.
Oh, that's the heir's hair, not the wolf hair. It was red. So we gotta find we gotta find out if they eat something we can get our hands on.
If I could get some wolf.
Okay, so we get some wolf hair. This is where we
That
get
must be
in.
the entrance to the wolf habitat.
Yes.
That must be the entrance to the wolf habitat.
Do it. Go there.
Looks like that path goes into the kennel. Don't think I'd get too far on my own, though.
Okay, we need someone to accompany us then. Hello, Mr. Wolf Feeder.
Excuse me, do you speak English?
Yes?
Great. Mind if I ask you some questions?
Yeah, okay.
So first he says yes, and then he says yeah, okay. Ja, ja. Der Wolf.
Have you worked here long?
Thomas. Almost 1 whole year.
A year? Wow. I noticed you were pretty calm walking in that kennel. Guess wild animals don't bother you, huh?
The wolves. They're lazy during the day.
Oh.
It's good that it's not called full action, full acting games.
These wolves are fascinating, aren't they? I tried calling one over, but they weren't too obliging.
Some people try that all day.
Is there any chance you could take me inside the kennel? I'd really like to see one of the wolves up close, kind of a research thing.
No way. No one will enter the kennel without authorization.
I suppose you were around when those wolves escaped.
No, I don't work at night.
But you must have been here the next day, right? The people were pretty upset, what, with the police and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that day was super crazy.
Can you tell me about it?
Tell you what?
What's he doing with his eyes? Oh, that's a good question. What did the wolves look like?
What did the two missing wolves look like, anyway?
Hilda was pretty. She had much white on her chest. And Parzival, he was bigger, thicker, more in the chest. He was 5 or 6 years old, maybe. Much darker than Hilda.
Dark. Dark what?
Dark gray. Most were gray. And most of the wolves here are. Hilda was light, but they get darker when they get older.
Is that right?
We learned something about wolves already. How'd they get out?
So, how'd the wolves escape, anyway?
Well, Dr. Klingman says the gate was left open after the night feeding.
What do you think?
The gate is heavy, it shuts itself. Maybe something was in the way, maybe a rock, I don't know. I'm only glad it was not me there. The boy who works that night has been, you know.
Killed.
Oh.
Fired.
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 Not killed. Oh yeah, what are your thoughts on the wolves killing people?
So, what do you think about these killings? Pretty scary, huh? Do you ever think those two wolves could do something like this?
I don't believe it is possible. Hilda and Parzival were fine with me, just like all the other wolves. Hilda, she liked to play. She was so young still.
She did.
I want to see the apes.
Hey, thank you for your time.
Whatever.
Okay, he's weird. He's super weird. Okay, let's see. We can go this way. Oh, that would be the exit. No, go back. Hey, T-Bang! It's a proper mystery game, alright? Well, he said I need a permit so that I can get in there.
Can I ask you something else?
Yes?
And, you know, the director was like, could you act like you're a bit bothered by this? And he goes like...
see you carry a walkie-talkie.
The zoo is big.
Who normally gives you your instructions over that thing?
Kitchen, sometimes the health unit. For something really important, Dr. Klingman himself will call me.
Dr. Klingman.
Dr. Klingman. I mean, you know, if someone would pay me to act like he does, I couldn't. So he does somehow do a good job, but he's doing such a good job of doing a bad job that I think he might just not be able to do a good job properly and accidentally did a good job by doing a bad job. If that makes sense. And then his mouth goes all the way up and down all the time. It's hilarious. And then you've got Mr. Schwarzenegger with fancy hair. He's like, yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, sort of. The game is having you know, in my book it's really awesome because it is so silly. And it doesn't take itself too serious. That is for certain. Yeah.
Who's this Dr. Klingman you mentioned?
Dr. Klingman is in charge of the mammal division.
So I should speak to him about seeing the wolves up close.
You can try, but he won't let you.
Perhaps. Where could I find him?
In the administration area.
Thanks. Hey, thank you for your time.
Whatever.
Whatever. They are acting like the characters in the 90s point-and-click adventures were acting. Usually they were animated pixels, though. And I think if you take that into consideration, that's spot on. I mean, compare it to Monkey Island, and imagine they would be actors. That would look goofy. Oh, now he's moving. The admin building. Whoops. I accidentally clicked and I skipped something. Sorry.
Could I ask you some questions?
Yes.
Thanks.
Naturally.
You don't mind if I record this, do you?
That's fine.
Let me set my hair straight and then we can ask some questions.
Do you mind if we talk briefly about the missing wolves?
Is this relevant to your book?
Oh, yeah. You see, wolves are major characters in my new novel, and this case is quite unusual, isn't it?
I suppose it is. Very well. Actually, I know very little about the case, but I will tell you what I can.
Appreciate it.
Actually.
Do you think the zoo wolves are responsible for the mutilation killings?
That is yet to be proven.
Because I've been wondering, what else could it be? Wild wolves, maybe?
Unfortunately, there are very few wild wolves left in Germany. Most were killed off by hunters decades ago.
Most?
A few remain in the Alps. But so close to a city like Munich, it's highly unlikely.
Any other suggestions?
I'm afraid I'm as confused as anyone, Mr. Knight.
Is he now? He's the culprit.
How long have the wolves been missing?
It's been about 2 months.
Jeez. Whew, that's a while, isn't it? Strange the police haven't seen hide nor hair of them, so to speak.
Believe me, your sentiment is shared by the German public.
So nothing has been seen, and that must mean that the police are doing a bad job.
What I don't see is why wolves, if the killers are wolves, why wolves would attack humans.
Wolves are predators. Most carnivores are potential man-eaters given hunger enough and opportunity.
But weren't the zoo wolves raised among humans?
Yes. And therefore, they are not afraid of us.
I suppose.
Which humans interpret as the wolves are my friends, which they are not.
How does a wolf choose its victims?
Have you ever heard of the language of death?
No.
Okay.
You may have heard that wolves often choose the young, the old, or the sick as prey. Until recently, many thought this was some sort of natural selection going on, survival of the fittest. But now some of us are finding it is much more complicated than that. We have observed, for example, wolves surround a sick moose cow. The creature was helpless, yet she stood up and glared back at her would-be killers. The wolves dispersed. Or a healthy bull who ran off alone when he sensed wolves, making himself an easy target for no apparent reason. Researchers now believe that there's a kind of primal language going on. I am death, the wolf says. Are you ready to go? And the victim, by its actions, says, yes, I am ready, or no, you will not take me now.
What if their prey doesn't know the language of death?
Okay.
This is a big problem, particularly for the wolves. When wolves come across domesticated animals who do not know how to play the game, they're confused. They start slaughtering and they have no sense for when to stop. That is why farmers have hunted wolves to extinction in most parts of the world.
Well, that certainly gives me something to think about.
Bit of a pity that the sound is crackling so much in that part. Hey Roma, welcome. He's not the same actor. There's a resemblance though, T-Bank. You're not wrong. Roma, how are you doing? Welcome. Gabriel Knight, I played only the first game. I never checked out the second one, but the series is kind of cool. Boo! Now he would be too old to be the same actor. Also interesting that I instantly knew who you meant when you said yes, Khaleesi. He's one of the best dressed men in that whole show. Maybe next to Littlefinger. So, a bit of a pity about the sound crackling, but apart from that, I think when he starts about the language of death, that's probably maybe the first time you notice there's more going on in this game. Actually, it's not just a mistaken wolf and some superstition. It's more than that. That's kind of cool.
I was speaking with one of your boys out front. Greg, was it?
No, there's no Greg on staff here. Do you mean Thomas?
Thomas, right. Anyway, he's the one that said to talk to you. Because I was wondering if there was any way I could get a closer look at one of the wolves for research.
I'm afraid this is not possible. We don't show our wolves to anyone. We must protect what privacy the creatures have.
Really? Well, gosh.
Really?
Guess that's that.
No chance, huh?
So, you're in charge of the zoo's mammal divisions?
Yes.
What kind of training do you need for that, Doc?
I realize you Americans hate titles, but people refer to me as Herr Dr. Klingmann here. Herr Doctor will also do.
Sorry.
I have a doctorate from Heidelberg University. My field is animal behaviorist.
Fascinating.
You dighead. Okay, I can't access my inventory, so I can't show him the paw print, which is a bit weird.
I see you're particularly interested in wolves.
Yes, I'm quite well known for my wolf research.
You must have been horrified when 2 of your wolves escaped then.
Yes, it has been very unsettling.
The German is B-movie funny. It's, I think, it's either on purpose or they just did not pick one single person who could actually speak English without an accent. But since the setting is in Germany and the game is not in German originally, but the game is set in Germany. I think it's something that happens in movies a lot as well. If a game is set in a non-English speaking country, if a movie or a game is set in a non-English speaking country, the people in that country interacting with the main characters of the movie or the game, and they usually have a strong accent to make it super easy for the players or the viewers to identify their home country. Like if this would be in India, everybody would have a strong Indian accent, even though there probably are a lot of people in India who speak perfect English, for more reasons than there are people in Germany who speak much better English than the ones in this game. I think it's done on purpose, but it might also just not be on purpose. I'm not sure. I don't understand it, especially. I mean, in this case, it could be on purpose, just to point out this is in Germany and everybody here has a German accent. So they are all Germans for whatever reason, I don't know, but it could be on purpose. What I don't understand is in modern films where there are Germans talking to other Germans in German, that they don't actually train the actors to sound a bit German or whatever. You could pick any other country. Because 90% of the time, they cannot. And sometimes it's so bad that I can't even guess what they're talking about. Even though my German's pretty good. And that is weird. It's very odd. It's very odd. In the case of this game, I can only say that it's quite entertaining and they are making an effort. They don't sound stupid. They don't sound stupid on purpose. They have a very, very, very strong accent, which I think is not that present with everybody, but with most people it is. So I would say it's probably on purpose and not bad acting. But it's a very interesting choice of the directing people that they would plan it like this. I think it would be more fun if there was more variation to the ability of the speakers, but since it's not a central piece of the game itself, it's more atmospheric, and therefore it's not super necessary for them to be perfectly set. They don't have a Bavarian accent. Yeah, I don't know. The actors are doing a pretty decent job of adding the German accent. Yeah. All right. So that's it for Gabriel Knight. The mystery of the wolves needs to be solved by someone else. I will not do it today. This is Mr. Wolf, obviously. And I'll jump to the next game.